I now deal, my lord, with the arrest of accused number 2, Mr. Nxumalo, before court. On the 16th of June, 2020, the investigating team led by Brigadier Kinina, who is the head of the National Court cases, arrested Bongani Nxumalo, accused number 2. On the 19th of June, 2020, accused to make a confession statement before a commissioned officer, Colonel Rapad. On the 24th of June, 2020, accused number 2 was made a second confession statement before a magistrate, Ms. Konye, at Fostora's Magistrates Court. It was on the basis of those confession statements that accused number 4 was arrested. From the exhibit, my lord, that is exhibit JJ. The salient features, my lord, of the statement are that accused 2 submits that. The salient features, my lord, are that accused 2 statement, the state submits that they can be used to cross-examine accused 1 about the involvement of accused 4 in the commission of the offense are the following. That accused 2 used to work in Carltonville in 2014. He received a call from Spison Dodi, accused number 5. He got his number from Mozi, accused number 1.
I remember saying congratulations to us. On Friday, we did not have to hear Baloyi's voice or any of Baloyi's ridiculous questions to Umuzi Sivia, but I forgot to mention that congratulations to Muzi Sivia himself for getting the day off finally and not having to exercise his throat chakras. But hello everybody, welcome back to another Mzansi Unfiltered edition. This is part 2. Advocate Nxumalo, Advocate Nxumalo Uzwite Galanga on the stand, giving his heads of arguments to say, no, Baloyi, you are not going to get an opportunity to cross-examine Umuzi Sivia on Bongani Ntanzi's statement. So right away, off the bat, Advocate Nxumalo goes ahead and begins to read some of the highlights of Bongani Ntanzi's confessions. As you know, he did 2, one with Colonel Rapadu. Yeah. Guys, there have been so many names being thrown around all over. Commission, ad hoc, SENZO MEYIWA, it's a lot. Okay, Gudingi. Yes, Rapadu. Okay, Rapadu took the first confession, and then from there, it's Magistrate Cranger over there at the Vosloris Magistrate Court. Anyway, the point I'm getting at is there's a problem in that confession because, as Zithulele Nxumalo highlights, Bongani Ntanzi says that he was at work and he called Fisoguhle Ntuli, accused number 5, and he got his phone number from Umuzi. If you've been paying attention to Muzi, he consistently says, yeah, sure, okay, I am related to accused number 5 through my mother, but, newsflash, I've never had his phone number. I've never called him. I don't know him like that. Okay, we're related, yes, but that doesn't mean if you're related, you're phoning each other. And I know. You can let me know in the comment section as well. Do you talk to all your relatives? Do you have all your relatives' phone number? Drop it in the comment section and let me know if you do, because that would be very interesting. Unless you're from a very tiny family. But yeah, let's continue listening to Advocate Nxumalo.
They asked him to come to Basotho Hostel in Fostoras. He came to Basotho Hostel and Spiso called him to the bedroom. I must mention, my lord, that, and I will stick to my heads of arguments, which I've already dealt with before this court. My lord, holistically, from the statement of Ntanzi, accused number 2, there is no passage in his both statements to the effect that on the 26th of June, he had met Constable Zungu at Basotho Hostel.
Baloyi. Oh, you didn't see that one coming, did you? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Black Mamba. Yes, is Tulele Nxumalo, advocate Tulele Nxumalo. He will come out of nowhere. He's always quiet in the courtroom. He can go quiet for even a month. But when he speaks, trust and believe, he is not absent from the court. He's actually paying attention in all that silence. And when he comes with gifts. Did you ever realize that? Yeah, I think that's a great point that he put on the table. Brilliant. Bongani Ntanzi doesn't mention Zungu at the Vasutwini hostel. Oh my goodness. Well done. Let's continue listening on.
The statement further goes on to say, while they were at the bedroom, that is Fiso's room, Carlos Tosen Mapisa accused for arrived. Carlos and Tosen Mapisa then called Kelly. They told her that they were all right. We all then left in a Polo Vivo. It was accused one, Carlos, Tosen Mapisa, Fiso, and Mose. From this, my lord, there is no evidence that at some point accused number 4 was in contact. There will be evidence in Lwede to the effect that at some point Mr. Mapisa, my client, was in contact with the so-called mastermind, Miss Kelly Kuman. We then all got out of the vehicle. Sfiso was the driver. Mose was the lookout. Mapisa was to stand by the window. Carlos and accused one was supposed to get to the house. In this regard, I submit, my lord, that there is no evidence, independent evidence, from this confession statement to suggest that my client, accused number 4, at some point went inside the house after the 2 robbers had left the scene. Even the state witnesses, Ms. Zandile Kumalo, Tumelo Madlala, and Mtogozisi Twala, did not make any reference to an individual who came into the house after the 2 robbers had left.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is so true. As a matter of fact, we never heard Baloyi himself cross-examining any of his own witnesses, not cross-examining, leading his own witnesses to say, did they see Mapisa run into the house after the shots went off? Again, Nxumalo is brilliant. Brilliant, because yes, Baloyi's favorite thing to do is to say, my lord, when we presented the evidence, the defense did not have any objections to the evidence, therefore it is allowed. At the time that they did the evidence, when the evidence was introduced, the defense did not. Have you guys noticed he likes to do that? This, ladies and gentlemen, is called payback. Utumelo Madlala, Mtogozisi Twala, and Uzandi Khumalo, popularly known as Umapopola, none of them have mentioned the running in of accused number 4 into the house. Even better, Zandi loves to do interviews. She has not mentioned that, I forgot to mention, and then Mtogozisi Mapisa ran into the house while I was in the bathroom and I heard him and he said this to accused number 3. No, she's never mentioned him, but she has, of course, mentioned Umandisa, SENZO MEYIWA's actual wife at the time of the shooting. Let's continue listening on. That was a brilliant strike by Uztulele Nxumalo. Here goes.
The statement further goes on to say, he ran out of the house. As he ran out, Tosen Mapisa came in. He ran and got in the vehicle. They remained in the house. Obviously, the statement goes on further to say that they followed each other to a certain motor vehicle which had been parked at a nearby. In this regard, my lord, one finds no corroboration or evidence alluende from the statement of accused number 2, that is exhibit JJ. It has been said, my lord, that confessions are not admissible against another. Section 219 of the Act provides that no confession may be made by any person shall be admissible as evidence against another person. A confession of one accused may not even be used indirectly against a co-accused. What is meant appears from the judgment of State versus Batman. It's a 1960 volume 3 SA 535. It's an appellate decision, in which the three accused were convicted of murder. One of them made a confession indicating the other two. All that connected the confessor to the murder was his confession, and all that lined the other two was the fact that the three were in each other's company at about the time of the offense. Although the direct implications of the other two in the confession was therefore correctly left out of the court's consideration, Steiner J.A. found on appeal that they were nevertheless indirectly and wrongly connected to the murder. There are so many cases, my lord, that one can quote in this subject. I've dealt with them in my heads of arguments in an application in terms of section 174. One has in mind R versus Kosi and Zulu, 1950, volume 1, Princess All Age 91, capital letter A in bracket, State versus Sirobe, 1968, volume 4, SA 420A at 425G, State versus Makeva, and another 2003, volume 2, SACR 128 at SCA at 133, paragraph 14. There's also international law in this subject. I've dealt with this, the decision by Lord Felsham of St. Marisbon, Asbury Law of Evidence, 4th edition, 1990, volume 2, 11, at paragraph 1131, which deals with confessions, that confessions are not admissible against the other. The Western Cape High Court decision, my lord, is useful in the sense that it discusses the Constitutional Court decision of State versus Mhlongo, State versus Nkosi, at paragraph 8 of the judgment. Yeah. It also discusses the cases of State versus Ndlovu, which was ruled unconstitutional. It discusses cases of State versus Letago and others, which is a Supreme Court of Appeal decision, which came with a different approach to that of Ndlovu, and confirmed the common law prohibition against the use of extracurricular statements against co-accused. That is at paragraph 16 of the judgment. At paragraph 24, the court, from paragraph 22, my lord, the court deals with the common law exception to executive or narrative statements. It discusses and gives examples, my lord, to the two statements, which are executive statements and confession statements. Yeah. In this regard, my lord, I submit that the statement that the accused, that is accused of is a narrative, is a confession statement. On the basis that the accused, as I've indicated, was arrested on the 16th of June 2020, he was interviewed by the police. He appeared before a magistrate, or before that, he appeared before Colonel Rapado for a statement, and ultimately, or subsequent to that, he appeared before a magistrate on the 24th of June 2020. And I submit that the statement that he made were about the past events, and he was narrating the past events which are detailed in those statements, which himself, accused number 2, contests. And those statements, my lord, I submit, are not executive statements and cannot be used. In fact, they are confession statements and cannot be used to elicit any information from accused number 1. Okay.
Yet again, in the famous words of Julius Malema, we are in this mess because of you, Advocate Baloyi. But a brilliant strike back from accused number 4, Umthokoziseni Mapisa's representative, Nxumalo Uzwide Uzthulele Galanga. He literally threw it right back in Baloyi's face, and Baloyi has mud on his face, or is it egg on his face? But at the end of the day, the cameraman also does us no justice. He hasn't shown us Baloyi's reactions when the heads of arguments are being presented, but I know we deserve the break. We deserve the break. But with that said, I'm going to end this video right here. Please remember to like, to comment, and to subscribe. Thanks for all your support. I've done the not Jerry Pashoga, the Brown Mokhotsi video. It is live, so make sure you catch up. I thoroughly enjoyed creating that video. It took me a lot of time. It's a documentary. Catch yourselves up, and guess what? I forgot one part, so I will have to do a part 2. I cannot even believe it. But with that, I'm going to end this video right here. Please go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll catch you, of course, on the next one. Part 3. Nxumalo Zwide. Let me tell you. Part 3, he brings the heat. Drop a 1 in the comment section if you want me to drop it today or you want to watch it tomorrow morning. Drop a 2 if you want to watch it tomorrow morning. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.